Hey guys, Little GQ here again, and today I just want to go through a little quick breakthrough of my thoughts on Luigi's Mansion 3, which was really an awesome game. Luigi's Mansion, I feel like it was even better than the original for the GameCube, and I did love that game. Far as Luigi's Mansion 2, which was on the 3DS, I didn't really play through the full game. I got like part way through it. It was pretty good, but I really with Luigi's Mansion 2, I feel like with the ghosts and stuff, like with the bosses and stuff, it didn't have the humanoid ghosts, so that was like kind of missing there. But this really was a great game, a huge step up, I would even say, from the original. The addition of Luigi really made it really interesting, like on the different maps and stuff, how you utilized him and everything. So that was really a great addition to this game. I loved how you had to really think in this game. It was kind of like a puzzle, and you had to like really use Luigi to kind of like help you out with different things. So that's really cool. You had to really use your you had to really be thinking in this game to find all the gems and different things, find all the ghosts, and try and get all the money and everything, try and get a better mansion at the end of the game, which was pretty cool. And so I guess I'll kind of get into it, like with the different ghosts and stuff. So you had the first two ghosts, like on the first two floors. Kind of went against them. It was kind of like, didn't really. The first two ghosts really didn't feel like bosses to me. It's like, okay, you kind of just like went through them. I would probably say like the first ghost that really felt like a ghost was probably ghost number 3, which would have been the cop. I think his name's Cruller. Yeah, so he was kind of like cowardly. He was kind of funny, like when you saw his first cinematic, like you kind of look through the window and he's kind of just there. So yeah, he was the first ghost. I mean, you didn't really take damage because you had to kind of use Luigi to go against him to beat him. So yeah, but he was a cool ghost. I think my favorite ghost though was Morty. Morty, which is basically the filmmaker. It's kind of like myself. I'm like really into filming and writing scripts and stuff, and doing animation and visual graphics and stuff, like using blue screen, green screen, or whatever. So Morty was definitely my favorite ghost. Far as who was the most challenging boss, I mean, I guess you King Boo you could throw up there. Helen Gravely, I mean, you were able to get a lot of different health and stuff to help you throughout that battle, or else she would have been a more difficult boss. As far as early ghosts went, the pianist, Amadeus Wolfgeist, or I think that's what his name was. I feel like as far as the early ghosts went on the lower floors, the musician, pianist, he was actually a difficult task. Far as which was my favorite floor, I should say. That's what I did like about Luigi's Mansion 3 as well. Was especially when you got to the higher floors, you got like a different feel for each floor. Like you like a different time zone or whatever. It was pretty cool. Like when you got to King McFright's, like his floor, it kind of gave you that medieval type feel. And then Dr. Potter, it was basically like a garden. So it was like really cool having those different feels. And then of course Morty is basically like a studio, like if you were to go to like Hollywood or whatever. So I did like that about that. As far as and then I feel like Morty that he had over a lot of the other ghosts was he had more of a, you got to feel for his character, more of a backstory, unlike some of the other ghosts. I mean, other than Helen Gravely or King Boo, they were like the main two top ghosts. So obviously, you were going to get a little bit something more out of them, but I feel like as far as outside of the top two ghosts, Morty, you got to feel for his character a little bit there, with not a whole lot of story, but as far as that, but you got to feel for his character a little bit more. As far as character design on the ghost, Serpacy wasn't bad. I did like Helen Gravely. Her design was really good. I mean, Dr. Potter wasn't too bad. He had a nice design. Yeah, King Mecha Fright. I did like it with the whole armor and thing. Yeah, he was a little bit tricky when you were playing against him the first time. He'd kind of like get a little bit of damage, but after you like figured out the angle and stuff how to beat him, it wasn't too bad. So you just had to figure that out. But I really did enjoy this game, and the OST was really good. Definitely on par with Luigi's Mansion, the first game. And I wouldn't even say Luigi's Mansion 2 had a bad OST, but I feel like the other two were better. Luigi's Mansion 3 and then Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube. But yeah, this was a very enjoyable game, and hopefully we see another one much sooner than we did between. I mean, as far as for the main console between Luigi's Mansion and Luigi's Mansion 3. But yeah, this game to me was definitely a huge success, and hopefully we see another one. Well, that's it for now.